My name is Bill Farquhar. I'm in the Department of Kinesiology and Applied Physiology. My lab is in McDowell Hall. It's the Cardiovascular Physiology lab. So we're focusing on two things. One set of projects deals with the neural control of the circulation, and the other set of projects deals with dietary salt loading and vascular function. And those studies are done in conjunction with my colleague, Dr. Dave Edwards. So we know that regular exercise helps to lower blood pressure. And overall, I'm interested in blood pressure regulation. But regular exercise is good for your blood pressure, and that's why people with high blood pressure are told to exercise on a regular basis. We study not the chronic effects of exercise, but we study the acute effects of exercise. And when you exercise, whether it's lifting weights or running or walking, it's normal for your blood pressure to go up. So we study the mechanisms underlying that increase in blood pressure. Now, generally speaking, it's the sympathetic nervous system, which is sometimes called the fight or flight response. It's the sympathetic nervous system that drives up blood pressure during exercise. And we study the sympathetic nervous system not only in adults with normal blood pressure, but we also study it in adults with high blood pressure or hypertension. So we do studies where we bring people into the lab. We have them do different types of exercise. The main model we use is hand grip exercise. We have them squeeze a hand grip. And while they're squeezing the hand grip, we can not only measure their blood pressure and how much their blood pressure is going up, but we can also make direct measurements of the sympathetic nervous system with a technique called microneurography. So we want to see the mechanisms, we want to assess the mechanisms underlying the increase in blood pressure, not only in adults with normal resting blood pressure, but with adults with high blood pressure or hypertension. With these studies, the neural control of the circulation studies, I work frequently with my colleague Dave Edwards, also from the Department of Kinesiology and Applied Physiology. I also work with a colleague from the University of Missouri, Department of Pharmacology and Physiology, Dr. Paul Faidel. So those are my primary collaborators in this area. And I also have several graduate students working in my lab as well, PhD students. Every semester I have undergrads rotating through the lab, so I routinely host undergraduate students in my lab. I've hosted nursing students, I've hosted exercise science students, and I've also hosted quite a few biology students as well. So students can just volunteer in the lab, or they can do it for credit. I've had students register for one, 2, or 3 credits during the semester. So students that are interested in participating in the lab activities, the first thing I do is I have them just start routinely attending our laboratory meetings. And that's a good opportunity for them to meet with not just me, but also with my graduate students. Because most of this work is moved forward by the graduate students. So the graduate students are doing all the heavy lifting here and moving these projects forward. So my job is to link up the undergraduates with the graduate students. So the undergraduates can help spin bloods and we'll do lots of other laboratory activities. Any students interested in doing work in my lab can contact me directly through my email address. My email address is wbf@udel.edu.